You know, the training camp for Frank Mir against Todd Duffee this time around has been phenomenal. You know, the people we have inside the camp, I couldn't ask for better coaches on my side and to be working with. But at the same time, Frank's work ethic has reached an all-time high. He's reinvigorated. He loved his win over Bigfoot Silva. He loves knocking people out, and Todd Duffee's the perfect opponent for him to get in there and showcase what he's really developed over the last few years. Frank Mir has an incredible fight game from start to finish, whether it's wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, any place you want to take the fight, he has the ability to showcase his skills. Against a Czech Congo or a Crow Cop, he can knock them out and drop them. He can choke people out. He can break a guy like Nogueira's arm. You know, Daniel Cormier, who's an Olympian, can't take him down. So when you look at Frank Mir, he's obviously a legend from start to finish. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, but not before he tries to put that third belt around his waist. Frank takes it to a whole nother level in a lot of different areas. I mean, his jiu-jitsu is top-notch. Without a doubt, he's the best jiu-jitsu heavyweight that we've ever seen in the octagon. Next to the only guy that would be even close would be Verdum. Other than that, Frank's the guy. When you look at his boxing and his striking capabilities, his kicks, that's where he's really taken it to another level. That's where people need to watch out, because this fight is tailor-made for somebody like Frank to come in and put on a showcase finish. It takes so much time to put a fighter together from start to finish. Frank Mir is one of the guys that's been able to take that time. He's been in the octagon 14 years. It takes a long time to develop a skill set. So to say, hey, there's a lot of guys out there with all the skill sets, not really. There really isn't that many out there with all the skill sets, but that comes with time, it comes with experience, and Frank Mir, he has that on his side. Frank Mir's wrestling is coming to another level, and why it is coming to another level is because he's consistent. He never stops. He's ready to go all the time. He's motivated to be a great wrestler, and he doesn't want to just go in there and beat your average guy. He wants to beat the Olympic champion. He doesn't want to just look like a wrestler and have people say, oh yeah, he's pretty good at wrestling. He wants to be the best at wrestling, just like he wants to be in all other aspects of the sport. But his athleticism has really picked up in the sport of wrestling, understanding his body, how people are moving, where they have to go, how to take anybody down, but not only that, how to capitalize on their offense against him. That's what makes Frank Mir such a great wrestler. So I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt, and I wrestled in college for Iowa State University. And I'll tell you, the big differences between wrestling and jiu-jitsu a lot of the time is a mindset, how you're going to come after your opponent, if you're going to wait for them to make a mistake and catch them, or are you going to get out there and go hunting and go after them and put them down on their back and put your aggression in a position where you can capitalize on whatever they're doing. Wrestling is that aspect. It's a very aggressive part of the game. Now jiu-jitsu, very technical, just like wrestling. Both of them together, they're unstoppable. Jiu-jitsu and wrestling, the combination, nobody can beat it. And that's been proven time and time and again in the octagon. With that being said, I am a huge fan of the wrestling aspect with the jiu-jitsu. You gotta have the aggressive hunting mindset. And if you play that way, you end up breaking guys' arms like Nogueira. If you sit back, probably not. Without a doubt, Frank Mir is the only one with that combination currently, and that combination is going to take him far. I mean, that's why he stayed in the top 10 for so long. That's why he continues to be able to go against the best opponents in the world and put on showcase fights, things that every fan wants to see, because he has that aspect. Now, other guys are improving. They're trying their best to catch up, but it takes a long time. Like I said before, Frank Mir's been in the octagon for 14 years, and he has 24 fights. With that, he's at the highest end of the UFC in the new Reebok deal as well. Just making sure that he's at the top. He's at that legendary status. So it's going to take a while for guys to catch up in that aspect of the game. Frank Mir is going to come out and it's going to get explosive. Todd Duffee, he's an incredible athlete. He's going to try to get after Frank Mir right off the bat, and he's going to look to finish Frank Mir with a knockout in the first little bit. That being said, I don't expect it to go that way. We've done a lot of work and we've spent a lot of time making sure it won't happen that way. I believe that there's going to be a knockout or a bone break, but it's going to be us that has our hand raised at the end.